All right, in this video, we're going to take a look at creating a table of values and then plotting them and then connecting them. And these are all going to be lines here. And so what I like to do is start off with this type of table right here, where I put X in there, and then I like to put this part, so X, my input, and then right in the center here is going to go ahead and be what I am inputting X into, which is this part, and then the output, which is going to go ahead and be Y. So I like to keep it simple and input some at least 5 values here, and might as well start at 0. And so that basically means if X is 0, then I go parentheses 0 minus 3, and that is going to give me an output of negative 3. And so I go 0, that's like plotting the point, for example, 0, negative 3 that we looked at in the previous video. So we would go right here, 0, negative 3, and that'd be my first point. Okay, and so we just want to continue that with a healthy amount of points. And when I say healthy, let's do 5 here. So I got 1 minus 3, which is a negative 2. So when I got 1, I got a negative 2 here. 2. 2 minus 3, negative 1. 3 here, 3 minus 3, 0. And then we have, and you can see obviously the pattern that it's making. And that's going to give me 1. And so at the end of the day, I connect them all up, and I'm going to, and when I connect them, I want to go ahead and make that as straight as possible. And that is what that line looks like just by plotting some points. Okay. In the using the table of values right there. So let's try this next one here. So table of values, setting things up. Okay, so let's go ahead and start at a 0 again. So I got a negative 2 times a 0 plus 7. So that's just going to give me 7 up here. So I got 0, 7. Plug a 1 in. So I got a negative 2 times 1, which is going to give me a negative 2 plus 7, which is going to give me 5. 1, 5. 2, plugging this on in. Okay. So I got negative 2 times 2, which is negative 4, plus 7, which is 3. And we got 3. So this is going to give me a negative 6 plus 7, which is 1. And then finally 4 right here. So that's going to give me a negative 8 plus 7, which is a negative 1. And so that is my line for that guy. Okay. So again, input, output, and you can see that the patterns, right? Like each time this went down 1. I'm sorry, it went up 1. And you can see the pattern. This is going down 2 every time. And so it usually keeps with that standard pattern there, and you're able to go ahead and you know, see something that is a reoccurring theme when you're graphing out these lines. So this one has a fraction, and it's not too bad. So it's just a half on there. So we're going to be cutting that, whatever we plug in for X, in half, and adding 1 to it. So let's start at that 0, right? And we don't always have to start at 0. Just doing some easy plug-in points here. So I got 0 and plus 1 is going to give me 1. So I got 0, 1. I got 1 right here. So I got a half, which is 0.5, and it's okay to go ahead and use decimals in here. So I got a 0.5 plus 1. So again, this is going to give me a 0.5 plus 1, and so that's going to give me 1.5. Oops. So I got 1, and then 1.5. And those guys are getting really kind of close to one another. 2 times 1/2, which is 1. So this is going to give me a 2. And we can, again, kind of make predictions of what these are going to be, even if we didn't have a calculator. We can see that we are the outputs. Every time we go up 1 right here, we're going to go ahead and be creeping up by a half there. So that is going to give me 1.5 plus 1, which is going to give me 2.5. So I would have 3, 2.5, and then a 4. And we can guess that that's going to be 3, right? 2 plus 1. And so from here we have our line and connecting all the dots. And it's not always going to be a line. It's just going to be a line in this particular case. And during the course of Math 2 and Math 3 and whatnot, you're going to see different shapes and whatnot. These just happen to be lines. So at any rate, that's how you do that. And hope this helps. And I will see you in the next video.